I ain't want to go too crazy. But yeah, we back with another one, man. I just wanted to do a quick little screen because I wanted to be consistent, and I ain't been being consistent in a minute. It's been 4 days since my last scream, and I ain't trying to go back to the old me. You feel me? But anyways, we got Agent 0 helping smaller screamers with their first brand deals. This nigga right here, man. This nigga is a straight W. We finna check it out, though.
So first thing I want to say is you guys deserve this opportunity, okay? It wasn't no handout whatsoever. Honestly, my chat loved you guys the most. You guys had an opportunity to make an impression. That's important because, like, sometimes all you have is the impression. The way you talk, the things you're saying, the way you carry yourself is important. Now, you also have to be authentic. There's hella brand deals. I just came with my slides and my toes out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You take me as I am, you feel me? I'm not going to be any different as a result, but you also have to make sure the brands know that as well because the last thing you want to be is inauthentic.
Right.
So the 3 brands were Droptics, it was Baze, and it was the Moon Oral Beauty. This is gonna be your example that you send to every brand moving forward. As you have more good examples, your library, your portfolio is gonna get bigger. You know, like anybody, as you train somebody, the likelihood that you get somebody else is higher because you can always reference the last person that you trained. Sometimes people do brand deals and like their priority is just doing the bare minimum. They could feel that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, Bang doesn't pay me any extra or A&P any extra because I drink them all the time. Like, contractually, there's certain things we have to do, but also because I enjoy the product, it's just easy for me to drink it all the time. That love is easy to translate. So let's start with Droptics. So the talking points for this one is focus enhancing. It relieves dryness, redness, and fatigue caused by intense focus. So I guess they're trying to like angle it towards like gamers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the first thing you want to do in this circumstance is you want to think, what's something I could do on stream that I could fit this into that will feel natural, but will also be good content.
Yeah.
Sometimes brands are gonna ask you to do things that is gonna make the content a little worse. We push back on those. Some things are absolutely necessary and other things they're willing to flex on. Let me give you a really good example. We flew to Vegas to promo S25. It would have been very easy for us to just do the S25 COD mobile ad for 2 hours and get off stream. That's bad business. That's the bare minimum. So, okay, how can we sandwich that with other content that has very high appeal? I told Chris to search all over Vegas, thank you, for things that were very interesting to do so that we can make a longer stream out of it, and the Samsung thing would be the one part of it. You get what I'm saying? So now I'm not just doing an ad and getting paid, now I'm sandwiching good content in there. Especially if you're traveling somewhere, there's gems in every city. For the Samsung thing, we found the pawn shop, the famous pawn shop from the show Pawn Stars. We gotta go there. So we started off with something we knew was going to give us a good title and thumbnail. Not thumbnail because it's not YouTube, but, you know, we did upload it on YouTube. So Pawn Shop is going to be in the title. Content plan, Pawn Shop. Pawn Shop is going to bring people in. They're going to be excited to see the Pawn Shop. We went in there, we shopped. Dylan was there with us, so we're doing it with someone that the chat also knows and loves. And so that brings people in. In between that, we have S25 ad. We made the changes to make it as interesting as possible. We want to retain as much viewership as possible. But then after that, we don't want people to leave once the ad comes in there. So to keep as many people in there as possible, let's do something after. So we found this restaurant where, like, if you don't finish the food you order, you get spanked. It's called Heart Attack Grill. But that's a gem, though. Like, you have to research that. So then we went to Heart Attack Grill. So you can hear me as I'm doing the ad. I'm telling chat, like, we're going to Heart Attack Grill later. You're not going to want to miss it. So now there's an ad, but there's something before to bring people in, something after to keep people there, and there's an ad that we tried our best to optimize. We're getting money. We're doing great content. Everybody wins. So that's an example of what you should be trying to do with Droptics, with Baze, and with Moon Oral Beauty. In your own ways. The first thing you have to know is what their expectations are. Some brands, like Droptics, for example, they might just want awareness. They want people to know what their product is. Some brands, maybe they want conversion, right? Maybe they want people to click the link and go buy the product. So you have to understand what specifically it is they want so that you can help them deliver that. For Webull, they wanted conversion. They wanted people to go to the platform. That was the pocket watching class. And they wanted people to use their trading platform. So I understand that. That's something that I referenced throughout the thing, and I found ways to include it into my lesson that didn't feel like it was taken away from the content. Like, it's so much, it's so easy to do brand deals in ways that, like, are fun. And the thing is once you start to build a portfolio, you'll get more and more fun brand deals. It'll be easy. Once you're doing brand deals with the brands you use anyway, like the clothes you wear anyway, and the events you like to go to anyway, the Rolling Louds, like layups. You're getting paid to, at that point, do what you want.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to get to. So in this instance, Corey, you don't have to come up with it instantly, but let's brainstorm, like, for dropsticks, how can you see yourself packaging the content to make this as appealing as possible based on, like, what you like to do?
All right.
And you don't have to rush to an answer, because sometimes it takes a lot of brainstorming, but part of it is just like shooting out ideas. One of them is gonna stick.
Well, I know for sure because my training starts
Man, he didn't even upload
so
the
early in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I probably try to see like how long I can go without, like how long I can go in the day before my eyes start to kind of like feel draggy, and then I'll probably try to implement the drops before my eyes start dragging. Because my day is like from 4 in the morning all the way to 10 p.m. at nighttime. I just think that it's gonna be very easy for me to kind of like use this throughout the day because my eyes do get tired. And one of these things that it does is it creates focusness once you start using it. So I do think that it'll be more easy for me to kind of use this because my lifestyle is almost a 20-hour day all day long. So like I said, I don't think it's gonna be very hard for me to kind of like show people that using this also increase my visibility and increase my eyesight and increase my endurance as far as, like I say, it take away like the laziness. Because once your eyes start getting tired, you do start getting tired. Like once your eyes start getting heavy, you feel like it's time for a nap, it's time to sleep. So like I say, I don't think it's gonna be hard for me, but I do think I'm gonna have to find innovative ways to kind of like show the eye drops throughout my trainings.
Yeah,
I'm not a gamer.
So let's think packaging, okay?
Okay.
The idea could be
drop.
fucking phenomenal, but if it's not, if you can't easily package it, you won't be able to communicate that.
Got it.
So in your circumstance, this my brain immediately went to endurance, marathon. If this is for when your eyes are getting tired, let's get people's eyes tired. Last to leave the gym, okay? Now you got $5,000 to work with, okay? You could pocket some of that 5 bands because you're gonna need it. But what if you put 1,000 up for a prize? So now you're putting 1,000 up for a prize, but now it's like, okay, but what are you gonna do in the gym the whole time? What if there's like challenges throughout, ways to eliminate people? If you're not active enough, like if you don't burn a certain amount of calories per hour, you're eliminated.
Got it.
Like if you can gamify it so that each hour has its own bit of content, you know how easy it's gonna be to sell this?
Right.
By hour 4, hour 5, man, as they get tired, man, throw a drop tick at it.
I wish I could come up with content like that. What the fuck? Bro, he just came up with this shit like on the dime. Like he ain't even selling the product. He's selling the product, but he just came up with the idea that fucking quick. That's some smart ass shit.
Man, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you made 4,000 profit. You got 5,000 from the brand. You
Right.
put 1,000 up as the appeal for the content.
Yeah.
You're promoting your content in a way that's like natural.
Love it.
But that's the packaging, like the idea. Sometimes it's just like looking at what other people are doing. I didn't come up with the idea myself. Mr. Beast said the idea. And Jamal mentioned it, and you had a conversation with Jamal. So now my brain is thinking, maybe that's content you can do with
Right.
Jamal. So I would shoot that shot. But that's one idea.
That's hard.
And so then all you have to do is take a look at the talking points: fatigue recovery, redness relief, hydration boosting, cooling comfort, irritant protection, and find ways to include some of these talking points. But you notice it say only use a couple. What if you use 5?
Right.
Now you're over delivering.
Over delivering. Love that.
And in an endurance stream, you have so many opportunities.
Yeah.
And so you have to feel out the brand. In this instance, I know for a fact they have a good budget. So, like you could tell based on the brand. Sometimes just do your research, but like some brands are strapped. They don't have the money, okay? In those instances, just do your best, obviously. But if you know there's an opportunity for more money, why not crush it?
Go crazy.
Why not crush it?
Facts.
So I've done that so many times where I over-delivered, they loved it, and they brought me in for something even crazier next time.
Even just getting them as a repeat brand, like I say, if they can't go over the top with the budget, just getting them as a repeat brand means it matters too. So
But your avenue is unique too. You're in fitness. So their product is
that's
like
a tight
pretty
niche.
ideal for like you're
Small
a whole
niche.
avenue of
It ain't
people
that
they can
many
reach
people
out
doing
to.
that, especially
So like
streaming.
sometimes it's just like you just have to create and sell that appeal.
Got it.
Let's talk Moon Oral Beauty. So in this instance here, like they only got like 4 talking points. Okay? So usually when I see that, I think the brand is kind of new to this.
Okay.
Because most of the time they'll come up with a ton of talking points and they'll tell you to pick a couple.
Okay.
But in this instance, there's only a handful of things they even want you to hit.
Right.
First of all, you have great teeth. So like you're a great candidate in this instance for someone that could promote self-care.
Right.
So they're gonna care about things like that. Look,
Yes.
feel me? Some brands, I don't know if Moon is that's a good example of one, but some brands also want to have a diverse pool of people. So like they want people that look different because it's going to be all types of people that want to buy the product.
Right.
So they want people that's going to be able to represent them. So you want to do your best to represent you. You know, and as people look at you, they're going to be like, oh, snap. Like, you want people to see you using the product and be like, damn, I think that's necessary for me in my life. Because anything that's optional, any purchase that's optional, like that Dropsticks or Moon Oral Beauty, you have to make it feel like a necessity. You get what I'm saying? So like, obviously, oral health is essential. In this instance, they're talking.
Is that like the little blue light shit? I remember Flight was doing them at one point. But this probably, he said this is a new product. But I remember Flight had some shit like that. It's like a teeth whitening kit. And it does like the blue ultra light type shit, I guess. I had one of them. Them shits didn't work. They did not work. I don't know. But hell, get your money on. Get your money.
Points include teeth whitening, toothpaste, and more. It's trusted by professionals, award-winning oral beauty, clinically proven results. One thing I did in my classes that you can borrow is just using a lot of visuals.
Okay.
Visuals help a lot. Like, can you imagine my class if there was no graphs, no numbers, and it was just me yapping? A lot more boring. So try and use visuals. Use the product a lot.
Yep.
Your experience might sell it for you.
Yeah.
You feel me? So use the product over the course of 1 week, 2 weeks before it's time to do the brand deal, and then you can speak from the heart about like the things you liked about it the most. It's vegan and cruelty-free, which is, I mean, that's a good selling point in and of itself. And it's some places that it was featured in. I'm sure your audience probably doesn't care too much about that. So that's like a talking point you can kind of skip. But especially, you don't want no one to think like it's a brand new brand that's been nowhere.
Right.
Because they might be less likely to trust it.
Yeah.
Let's do a brainstorming session here. Like, based on you and your content, how do you feel like you can help deliver these talking points?
So my first idea was short form because I'm mostly on TikTok. So I was thinking like maybe get ready with me.
Okay.
Because a lot of people ask me already like what I use. So maybe I could implement that into it. But long form content, I still have to brainstorm on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes like coming up with ideas for certain things is definitely way harder than others. And sometimes it just takes a ton of brainstorming.
Yeah.
Deadass. Like, sometimes an idea can seem awful, but if you can be creative enough about it, it can be a banger.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Let me give you an example of something that fell apart that I almost had the opportunity to do. I had a fat fucking brand deal during Streamer University, and I needed 2 people to play the game with. But I thought like, damn, it's not gonna really make much sense for me to play this game during Streamer University. So I'm like, I'm probably gonna say no to it. But then I was like, let's be creative. So I kind of challenged the team to be a little creative. And we came up on something that I thought was fire. And it was something similar to what I'm doing now. But I was like, what if I just give people a percentage of the brand deal and pick 2 students to do it? That's kind of what invented this idea here, but it came from a different brand deal. 2 days before the brand deal fell apart and it didn't happen anymore, I was like, damn, it would have been so wholesome to give away like brand deals to people who've never done one before. But me playing the game made no sense, but it makes perfect sense if I can do it with 2 people who've never done one.
Right.
Then they can do it with me.
Yeah.
So it's an idea of a brand that made no sense until it did, and it was like the greatest idea to me. That being said, just because you're dealing with challenges when it comes to the brainstorming and stuff like that, doesn't mean it's not a good idea. Sometimes you just gotta be real creative.
How are they getting brand deals for games when they don't even game anymore? That's crazy. You just gotta have influence. As long as you have the influence, you can get a brand deal for any fucking thing.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we'll come back to you. You're right about the TikTok thing, just so you know, most of the time, I guess we negotiated the deal for you, but most of the time you'll negotiate that. You'll tell them like short form is my bread and butter.
Yeah.
So like you can prioritize like maybe doing 2 TikToks and then including it for like an hour as part of your stream or something like that. But packaging is important. Because you're big on TikTok, that helps a lot. You want to tell them like, I'll do 1 IG story, I'll do 2 TikToks, and I'll do an hour on stream, and that package is gonna give me this rate.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like the TikTok is very, very essential. Getting your TikTok and your Instagram and even Twitter popping it's like the easy part. You get what I'm saying? The hard part is delivering the talking points on stream and stuff. The easy part is like the short form and the tweets and the IG stories. That's layups. We'll come back to you, so just brainstorm a little bit.
Okay.
All right, Baze, I love how you used it when you came. I love that, you feel me?
I was wondering what the hell
See, now that feels natural. So you've been using it, I guess you travel with it when you left Streamer University?
Yeah.
So like, what do you like about it? What are your like, how do you feel about the product?
Okay, honestly, the case, it's like a nice hard shell case. You know how like sometimes it gets like dented and stuff whenever they're like throwing it around? It's like clean. It's like so sturdy. Also the way that it's like separated on the inside so nothing's touching anything. It's like they have the regular zip border, but they also have like a thick border. as well right there. And then it's like your shoes aren't getting on like your toiletries or anything like that. Like it's really easy to separate everything. This one, it fit my big ass laptop in it.
Okay.
It has like an entire outfit in there. It has all my chargers, my headphones. Like it is sturdy, and it fit under the seat, so I didn't even have to worry about like, oh, you're gonna have to check your bag. I just like slid it right under, and it was just like super easy to bring around.
That fits under the seat?
Yes, sir.
Ah, shit.
I know,
That's
right?
big, all right.
So
Someone just said, I'm sold.
it's just
That's good. So having an experience with the product, essential.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because now you can speak about it. Like people could tell when you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So using this shit helps a lot. Now sometimes it don't matter that much. Like we've definitely seen our fair share of brand deals that were hilarious. There was a content group that did an avatar brand deal that was one of the most funny things ever. And you could tell they did not like the game. That happens sometimes. Sometimes you'll say yes to things and it's not what you thought, or they change things on you last minute.
Yeah.
You just do your best in those circumstances.
Yeah,
But in this circumstance,
you just see the money, cause man, I'm telling you, I don't give a damn what the hell it is. If they offering me like at least 5 figures to say that I use this shit, yeah, I use it every day. I ain't never used it a day in my life, but today, yeah, I use it every day.
stands
I don't
here,
give a fuck what
like
it is.
having an experience with it makes it so much easier for you to be able to sell it. So talking points here, amazing travel brand. There's a base bag for every occasion, so not just the one you have, but you can reference other bags that they have in their catalog. You can talk about the founder here, Shay Mitchell. The bags are designed to make your everyday easier. So they have like pretty generic talking points. You hit most of them, even in what you just said right there. So part of it is like sometimes they strictly want certain things talked about, but find out if they're flexible. Because it's easier for you to deliver the talking points if they're flexible about how you can deliver them. Like Webull was really flexible. They were like, there's 2 things you should not do. Aside from that, just use the product and then speak on it. And so the flexibility is not too common. Sometimes they have a bad experience with a content creator and they're like, fuck no, like I don't want. Now they got PTSD, and the next content creator they deal with, awful experience. That's gonna happen, you feel me? But you just don't wanna be that content creator. You wanna be the one that gives them a good experience. You wanna be the first one they think of next time they got a budget that opens up. So reach out. Like, you guys don't know the point person for this? Find out. Who is the person that got this brand deal? Someone did it.
Right.
You want to meet that person.
Yeah.
That's the guy or girl, that's the phone number you should have. Same with Moon and same with Baze. You want to meet these people. You want to develop relationships. And like, that doesn't mean like spam them or nothing, but just like build rapport.
Yeah.
Like these are people that have the ability to help make you money. Do a good job. Meet these people. All right?
So it doesn't come
What's
from
that?
the company itself? I always thought it was like a representative of the company that reached out to you, because I got hella brand deals in my email, but I'm so fucking skeptical. It's like I don't trust these brand deal people, because I've had brand deals come to my email and it be in like bad English. I'd be like, yeah, you fucking scamming. But I'm talking about I get hella fucking brand deals to my email every fucking week, and I don't trust it. I can't trust it. I need somebody who know what the hell they doing to go over and be like, yeah, this legit. Because I don't want to, just give out my damn banking account and routing information or some shit, and then my shit get hacked or my shit get, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't be knowing, man, because there's so many scammers out nowadays.
How did your first brand deal go?
Oh my God. I was in uni in my 3rd year. There was this website called FameBit, and it's like brands would put up an item. For me, it was a scale, and they would say the budget, 100 to 250. And you would basically respond to it and say like what you would do to sell it. So I just told them what I would do to sell it. At the time, I was like losing weight and stuff like that. And they just gave me the brand deal. I delivered it. And at the time I was overdraft. I was buying too many McFlurries. So it was what helped me get back in the green. So like, I had to just reach out and make my own. Sometimes it comes to you, those are a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But I had to reach out and make my own. That being said, let's brainstorm for you, like based on your content, how do you see yourself like executing on this brand deal?
So for long form, something that I actually did last night was like, I was like, guys, we have something special coming. Let's pack together. And like, we just pack, and I like drew it out for a while. Like we were just packing for hours. People were like, what are you packing for? I'm like, I'm packing for DreamCon, and I'm also like gonna take like, a special trip, and I'm using my Baze bag that like they gave me at Streamer University.
That's tough.
Oh, see, I was thinking this shit was at Screamer University. Wow. So all of them going to DreamCon too. That's dope as fuck, bro. What the fuck? That shit is dope as hell. Everybody from Screaming University, y'all better be going to, bruh. That's hella opportunity. Hella fucking opportunity.
Beige bag that like they gave me at Streamer University.
That's tough.
That's tough. That's tough. You're going to DreamCon?
Yes, sir.
That's your ad.
Yep.
You're packing to go. Fucking brilliant. Lay. That's so creative. I love that. But you see how that's something you was going to do anyway.
Yeah.
Now that's content.
Yeah.
So even in the packing, find ways to make the packing interesting now. You get what I'm saying? Like the joke could be that you want to pack everything in there and you want to see what you can make fit. So like you could even get in the details of how like it's gonna go. Like if it's an hour ad segment, like what that hour is gonna look like. I love to over prepare. And then even if I don't use 80% of it, it's better than being stranded and having no idea. I hate that feeling, bro. It's the worst. So even for this stream, like I had like 4 segments I want to do. I'd rather not do 2 of them than do less and be fucking bored on stream. It's so much better to have more than have less. That's genius. And now they're like, oh my God, she's gonna be going to events. We might as well.
So no whole, yeah.
Now you're someone they're gonna want to come back to.
Yeah.
So that's really good. I love that. If you're posting like an IG story or something like that, like just make it feel natural. Like that's not part of the brand deal, but that's over delivering. I'm being dead ass. Like some people are a little more stingy when it comes to that. I get it. Like if you're the #1 streamer in the world, sometimes you don't want to be giving out stuff for free. They're gonna be knocking on your door anyway. But since we're not that, it's better for us to build these relationships.
Right.
So let's get back to you, SC. Like, you've had a little bit of time to brainstorm, and you're under no pressure to come up with a banger right now.
Yeah,
Because sometimes it do be taking time.
Yeah.
But like, let's figure it out. Like, they have oral care. Like, how can we use that in something that you plan on doing in the next couple weeks to genuinely fit it into your content and promote the brand?
I'm struggling, man. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
I would say like
How do you usually brainstorm? Like, what do you usually do?
I like to sit in nature.
Okay.
I like to sit in nature, kind of let it come to me naturally,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah. But I brainstorm usually alone, so yeah, like that.
Okay, so just get in your brainstorm bag. It's no rush, you feel me? Sometimes they'll give you due dates. Oh, that's the next thing. Be prompt. Back in the day, Agent, I missed every deadline, bro. Every deadline. You couldn't get me to do a brand deal on time. Especially the YouTube brand deals, I fucking hated those. Oh my God, sending stuff in, getting revisions, sending it back, I hated those. But it makes you difficult to work with. You guys have management or no? So once you do that and you have management, they stop coming to you with shit. Because like you're fucking up their relationships.
Right.
They're building relationships, they're bringing you brands, and you can't do shit on time. They're gonna be like, next time there's an opportunity, they got a roster. Like they're not coming to you, right? Now they're gonna come to you with the bottom of the barrel shit. You don't want the bottom of the barrel, you want the heavy shit, you want the dope shit. So you need management. That's the next thing. Obviously negotiating good terms means like having an existing
At what
audience.
point do you need
right now
management, though?
is a good time with the momentum you have to shop your name.
The agency don't have management. Like the agency is not a management company. They just
No, so an agency is more like,
No, you got the agency. Like
no, we just call our community the agency,
Okay,
so that's a little
got it,
confusing.
got it.
But an agency is more like industry connects. If, for example, you wanted to write a book, an agency would be better to help you with that.
Got it.
Like they are more large scope career help. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to have an event, they would have event people. Like they would have the support. A management company is more like day to day. That's who I'm gonna call when I need something today.
Yeah.
Like those are the people who are more in the weeds. Both of them can bring you brand deals, but usually an agency's supposed to be the one that brings you brand deals, but both of them can do it.
got it.
You know what I'm saying? Having both usually is very tough unless you have a lot of leverage because they kind of work against each other. But like if one brings a brand deal, other one's gonna want to cut. Maybe they both had a connection. Sometimes the shit be getting messy. But yeah.
So no, I don't want to interrupt, but
No, you're good.
how would you go about getting a manager like?
Reach
Yeah.
out. Like so.
Your agency would be perfect. Like I add that on to what you already doing. I don't know how
Yeah.
busy it'll be.
So it just depends on what you want. So there's boutique agencies that are very selective with who they pick. They don't do that many brand deals, but the ones they do is like bangers. Like it's stuff that's specific to the type of content you do. There's more like industry brand deals where like you'll sign there and like The Rock is also signed there and like fucking Keanu Reeves is signed there. Sometimes those don't help because if you're a small fish in a big ocean, they're not coming to you. So you want to find somewhere where you'll actually be considered. The only way you find out the information is by asking people who already signed there. Straight up. So I say that's essential, especially if you plan on doing more and more brand deals, and it helps, bro. I'll be honest with you. Like, especially the more content you want to do, it's going to cost money, taking flights, hiring people, like even getting items and stuff and events and places booked for stream costs money. So the more money you can generate, the more possibilities you're going to open up for yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like, just spend some time brainstorming.
Yeah.
Ask around, ask questions.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm really confused, I just ask my friends.
Yeah.
What would you do? And they'll give me an answer. If it's something I'm comfortable with, I'll consider. If not, then I'll.
Well, then what would you do?
For Moon, I would do a 24-hour stream, and I would do 30 minutes at night and 30 minutes in the morning if they wanted an hour.
Yeah.
And I would make the thing I did before I slept really interesting so that more people saw the ad. Because like, it's weirder to pull out a toothbrush in the middle of the day. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like, but it just take a little bit of creativity.
Yeah,
so like, if you don't plan on doing one, maybe that doesn't fit, but that's what I would think. What's up?
I have an idea for you.
Okay.
You could do like, you know how there's just like specific foods and drinks that are like notably stained teeth? You could do something where you like eat those and then you like use it to like prevent any of like the effects of like the staining effects from those things.
Yeah.
I like that could be fun as like a stream because then it could be like a mukbang stream and then at the end you're like, okay, now let's like, yeah.
Or you
I
can
feel like that could be
eat like some strong tasting stuff like onions.
Yeah,
and
I feel
then
like that
right
too,
after that,
yeah.
brush your teeth and then blow your breath into my face and see how strong the actual toothpaste is.
That's
And these are
smart,
things that
too.
you could possibly do like one after another, like drink some red fruit punch with stains and then let's see how strong and how long lasting it is. So that's like over and over things that you could possibly do.
Yeah.
Also.
That's smart. Thank you.
Yeah, I really want to emphasize, like, we're talking about over-delivering, dead ass. Most people would read this for an hour on some boring shit.
Yeah.
So, like, you get what I'm saying? Do you see how it takes a little more effort to be creative?
Yeah.
But it's gonna open doors, though. And I think that mindset is, like, in life is a lot better, bro. So many of the people around me got opportunities just because they over-delivered. So, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's really all it takes. At that point, it's just like, capture the best moments of the brand deal. You're gonna share that later. Next time a brand hits you up, or especially if a management company, they're gonna reference this, like, you didn't see what he did with Dropsticks? Or you didn't see what she did with Bays? Like, damn, boom, easy, lays. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes saying things helps a lot too. Like, I can say on stream, like, yo, I really wanna get into mixed martial arts. A mixed martial artist could be in there. You get what I'm saying? So like, I really want to do something with Cinnabon. I don't know, somebody from Cinnabon might hit me up. Like, I be shooting shots. Like, you never know what can happen, bro.
We really looking for a manager. Right.
So, I think, yeah, finding that balance between good content and ways to make money is essential.
Yeah.
Like, I really feel like for the eyes content creators get, they don't get paid enough. These news channels don't have viewers, bro. And they make hundreds of millions. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They monetize the shit out their shitty, that dying audience. They monetize the soul out of it. They spam commercials. The experience sucks. Like, ours is completely different. So if we find cool ways to integrate the shit, like, at that point, bro, it's layups. It's layups. So, and the last thing maybe I want to say is, like, even if the brand is not something you're particularly excited about, finding the line between what you want to sell and what you don't want to sell is important. You get what I'm saying? Like most content creators have been victim to accepting the Raid Shadow Legends deal. The generic, everybody gets them, but it's a bag and it's gonna help you get to where you want.
Right.
It just depends on your circumstance. Yeah. So I want to say, like, there's no shame in accepting something if you need it in that moment. I don't like shaming people for that because most people would.
Right.
Dead ass. Most people would. And as you get more and more comfortable,
Like
now
Scentbird,
you get picky.
bruh. Scentbird back in the day, everybody was doing a Scentbird ad. Like, I'm talking about every YouTuber had a Scentbird ad. It didn't matter what video you clicked on.
Yeah, I mean, now you only work with brands that you really fuck with. Now, like,
Or,
you want your whole portfolio to
Fashion
be
Nova
bangers
for
and
the
good
girls.
experiences. And as soon as you get that, I swear it's momentum, bro. As you do stuff that works, more stuff starts coming in your direction. More brands see the stuff you're doing and stuff like that. So, this only really happened because they saw my first class. Like, they liked it. So a brand might see what you do here and they might like it. Out of curiosity, like, what brands would you guys love to work with?
Hats, white beater, boxers, gym stuff, shirts, oversized shirts. There's stuff that I kind of like already wear on a day-to-day basis. Yeah.
For me, I would go fashion, but like if we're thinking big, nigga, I'm thinking cars. Like I
Shoot,
would
this nigga, go crazy. Half court, go crazy.
put me in a Beamer.
Yeah.
Hey.
When I'm like, man, I was really thinking small. For me, probably Glorious Core and Glassworks. Those are my two.
Say it again.
Glorious Core, which is like very mainstream, and then Glassworks, which is a little bit more underground. But they
You
have,
talking about Glorious like the mouse?
yeah.
I know their contact. Yeah, because they wanted to do something with me, but they didn't have what I was looking for. But I know their contact. Yeah, I put you in contact.
My
That's the
favorite
mouse I
brand.
use. Yeah, deadass.
It's like
All my
favorite
mice are
brand.
Glorious. Hell yeah.
I have two
Oh.
of them, and I work from home, so I'm just constantly just.
Yeah. I'll put you in contact for sure.
Thank you.
Nah, yeah. Okay,
she's
cool.
still
I want you
working,
guys
that's
to
dope.
get in the habit of shooting shots. You might as well, bro. Like, the worst they could say is no. But I think you guys make great content. No cap. I really want to
The worst they
emphasize
can say
that.
is fuck
And
that.
I've been seeing you guys all over my feed. And and like, it's, you don't have to try and be anybody else. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be loud and eccentric. You can be yourself. You don't have to force content you don't want to do. If you're more comfortable on short form, like, be yourself. Like, you don't have to be super outgoing. If shy could be your body. Like, there's streamers that are massive that are every personality type. So like, sometimes it's so easy to see like what another person's doing and think like, damn, I gotta do that if I want to grow.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of clip farming and stuff on campus. You ain't gotta be that. You get what I'm saying? Like, so
That's the
you just
hard
had to be
part.
yourself, bro.
Because
You just gotta be
a
yourself.
lot of people see what's popping and what's getting a lot of people followers now, and they just be like, basically what he just said, like they just be like, oh, I gotta change my style, I gotta do it like that. Like when people first saw Kai, they was like, oh, he's loud and obnoxious and he's annoying. But now there's thousands of other screamers doing the same shit, yelling at the TV or yelling at the camera and shit. Or like Speed, bro. Speed was hella annoying when he first came out. Now there's so many other people who want to be exactly like Speed. They hate you and then they want to be like you, and now they're a fan.
Could
but
you
nah,
remind people where they can find
I get what
y'all
he
at?
said.
All right, I'm the
be
King
yourself,
of Fitness, Instagram, Twitch. Pull up on me. I pull my training up every day on Twitch. So if you want to lose some weight, holla at your boy.
LUVESTI, love SD, aka KC2, nigga. You can find me on those platforms. Amen.
Hello, I'm Kai Uwus, CAIUWS. I post on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch is my main platform, and that's where you can find me yapping a lot.
I'm proud of y'all, man.
Appreciate it.
I'm proud of y'all.
Appreciate it,
I want you to know, most like smaller streamer, I wouldn't even call y'all small no more. You have a pretty big audience. Like, you guys are at a development stage where like you have a lot of experience. So use that. You feel me? You guys have this, so I'm gonna hold on to this. But I'm gonna watch y'all brand deals, okay?
Nah, that's dope. All right, chat. We finna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I just want to do a little quick screen. Do a little something, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't been doing shit. I just been sitting, going to work, coming home, going to bed. That's it. But I got to be consistent. We got to be consistent. That's the only way you're going to grow is if you be consistent. But yeah, man. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.